So Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Saturday that the U.S. has been in direct contact with Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a U.S. designated terror organization that grew out of al-Qaeda in Syria. And this is the group that led the offensive that ousted Bashar al-Assad. And now HTS is essentially in charge of Syria. Blinken said on Saturday, quote, "Yes, we have been in contact with HTS and with other parties. Our message to the Syrian people is this: we want them to succeed and we're prepared to help them do so," end quote. So this is confirming there was earlier reports that the U.S. was in contact with HTS. And so Julani, HTS and its leader, Abu Muhammad al-Julani, they are now overseeing this new transitional government in Syria. Blinken and other U.S. officials, they've celebrated the regime change, the takeover by this al-Qaeda offshoot, and they've made clear that they're willing to work with Julani and HTS despite their past, despite Julani's past as an al-Qaeda leader, as a member of ISIS. And Julani, he's been going by his real name now, which is Ahmad al-Shara. So we're starting to see that him referred to that in a lot of the news stories about him. So keep that in mind. And he's been presenting himself as a moderate in an effort to gain support from the West. I put in the usual background in this article because the context is very important. And so the Biden administration is reportedly considering removing the terrorist designation from HTS, which would allow the U.S. to provide significant aid to an HTS-led government. Blinken released a statement a few days ago outlining conditions for U.S. support. He said in that statement, quote, "The United States reaffirms its full support for a Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political transition. This transition process should lead to credible, inclusive, and non-sectarian governance that meets international standards of transparency and accountability," end quote.